What's going on, guys? Today we've got the Realme 7 and 6 here, and we're going to do a quick comparison between the two. This is a request we've been getting quite a few times, as the jump may be fairly small from the Realme 6 to the Realme 7, with there being kind of very minor differences. So we'll start off with the price, as this is one of the most crazy things. The model we have, the Realme 6 here, which is in the 128GB variant, is £279, compared to the Realme 7 here, which we have in the 6GB 64 variant, which is £199. So you do have a slight monetary value difference there. Obviously the newer model there being the lower priced, which is a little bit strange in normal circumstances. However, this phone that we have here in the Realme 7 is among the middle range of the 7, as you do get an 8GB RAM variant as well, which is still cheaper than the Realme 6 at $239. So again, the Realme 7 is cheaper than the 6. That may be why the specs aren't too different. Basically, you're getting a very similar phone for an upgrade for a cheaper price. So we'll start off by taking these out of the box. Now, we have done unboxings of these already. If you want to see them, they'll be linked in the description below. So it won't be an unboxing. It'll just be sort of a quick overview about what is in the boxes, and I'm going to go ahead and make a bet that they're already very similar. So you've got the "Hey, welcome to the Realme family" thing with your little pouch. Then you've obviously got your phones here that we'll chuck to one side for a second. And then you've got obviously all your charging things in here. Now, the boxes are practically identical, both having these 30-watt bricks as well. So, you know, a very similar story on both the 6 and the 7 there. So you can see here that the camera setup is relatively similar. That being said, the Realme 6 does take the cake on this one with a 64 megapixel camera compared to the 48 megapixel camera on the Realme 7, which is a bit of a strange step. If you had the China variant of this model or the Asia variant, it did have a 64 megapixel camera on that as well. So it's a little bit of a confusing difference. However, the camera actual pictures, they look very similar. So the specs are, again, very similar on these phones, practically identical. One of the key differences though is that the Realme 7 has a 5,000 mAh battery compared to the 4,300 mAh battery on the Realme 6. So you have a slight difference there, mainly a 700 mAh difference between the 6 and the 7. So another key difference is obviously the design work. So you've got sort of this glossy look here on the Realme 6 and this sort of matte look on the Realme 7. The 6 is obviously a fingerprint magnet, the 7 is less so. However, I do prefer the overall look of the 6 compared to the 7. That being said, they are both very good looking phones. If you turn these over to the side, you'll notice that they both got a thumbprint scanner there. On the top, they're both identical there with nothing. On the other side, you've got your SIM card tray and your volume knockers. Now they both are dual SIM with micro SD expandable storage as well, so very similar there. And on the bottom, you've got your speaker setup, your headphone jack, and your USB Type-C port. Again, very, very similar. If you notice at the top right of the screens, you've both got that polka dot poke-through selfie camera, with both the exact same selfie camera at 16 megapixels, so your selfies will look very similar on both these devices. So we're going to go ahead and now jump into some gaming for you, so you can see some side-by-side, and see if you can notice anything, because we did struggle to see any differences. But yeah, we'll jump into that now, and you'll be able to have a look. So there was our quick gaming test. As I said, there wasn't too different, but then again, we weren't playing that demanding of a game. Obviously, I'm not very good at that new game, but I tried my hardest. I got kicked out. Anyway, what we are going to do now is a quick benchmark test. We're going to do Geekbench because Antutu, I don't know if you know, has been removed from the Google Play Store, unfortunately. So we're going to do a Geek benchmark. Hopefully, it should show that the Realme 7 is better because it has got that all-new MediaTek Helio G95 compared to the MediaTek G90T that the Realme 6 has. So it does have a better chipset chipset, so it should perform better, and hopefully it does. Now we have switched the Realme phone up a little bit. The Realme 7, we have put it up to the 6GB RAM variant. We didn't have an 8GB available currently, so we've gone up to the 6GB just to make it a little bit more fair. So we've got 6GB RAM here and an 8GB on the Realme 6. So if you just see a different color Realme phone, that's why. But what we will do is a side by side on that benchmark now. So here we have the benchmark results. Now you can see on the Realme 7 on my left here, you've got a single core score of 545 and a multi-core score of 1729. As I said, this has got lower RAM, however. Compared to the Realme 6 here, you've got 548 in your single core score compared to 1726 on that multi-core score. So a bit of a strange sort of combination here, the Realme 7 being the winner on the multi-core score, but the Realme 6 being the winner on the single core score. As you can see through here, you can see all these sort of information: 6 cores, 2 cores, 5.56, 7.53. So you can see that this is a 6GB variant compared to an 8GB variant here. And this is all that information. That's all for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you consider subscribing below. If you've got any questions about either of these phones, make sure you leave them in the comments and we'll be sure to get back to you. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.